days later, all the judges come together as the grade evaluation takes place. The contestants are supposed to perform in front of all the mentors and trainers. Everyone was surprised at this sudden situation. The host then announces the newly realized Idol Joint Stock Company's first challenge. It is a full-scale open evaluation. The host mentioned that all the 77 participants who practiced for the theme song will now evaluate each other from the audience's perspective. Furthermore, they will be assigning their final grade through this open evaluation. The order of the participants coming on stage will start from the participant number 77th. We can see that this surprised them as they were not expecting themselves to perform first on the stage. This was the program's way of messing with these young boys. Participant number 77 apologizes, claiming he cannot remember the choreography. We can see the other participants' mental state deteriorating too. As they move forward, they see a lot of contestants apologizing or not being able to perform at all. The production team is waiting for a miracle man with main character energy to appear, who grows from his failures. Just then we see a participant from the lower ranks perform quite well. It is Lee Sejun, number 1. The judges explain that his performance is still far from perfect, but they will give him a high score since he finished the song with both lyric and choreography. Good for him. Moondae is still wondering which Sejun it must be that ended up debuting and creating that scandal. He takes a mental note and puts him on a watch list for now. The choreographer seems bored out of his mind looking at all these mid-performances. He evaluates that Seo Hyun is good at singing and dancing, but thinks that it's a pity he always has an exhausted expression. We see our next participant come on stage, which is Park Moondae. The choreographer is not interested in the performance at all as he has no hope in him. He explains that a significant improvement in dance from a participant like Moondae would not be possible as it has only been 10 days so far. The choreographer was so sure until he saw Moondae's first turn. He is stunned to see that Moondae was able to land the turn perfectly, after failing to do so multiple times before. The other judges are also surprised to see him improve so much in mere 10 days. The choreographer is shocked to see such improvement as 2 days ago he couldn't even perform the basic moves of the dance properly. He thinks if anyone could do this through hard work, everyone in Korea would be a dancer. The man can't believe his eyes on how such a feat was possible. This was all thanks to Moondae having invested his previous 3 points that he had gained from completing the missions into his dance, increasing his overall dance grade to a C. He explains that going up 3 ranks in dancing, the effect on his movement was tremendous. We see an amazing performance from Moondae ending with a signature pose. This reaction was exactly what Moondae was looking for from them. An unexpected turn of events will make the audience root for the main character who grows through failure. Moondae explains that the one with the best story will be winning the auditioning program. Moondae's strategy was a success as the judges fawned over him asking him how this was possible. To which Moondae replied that Seo Hyun had taught him kindly, implying that the choreographer judge was a bad mentor. There were 4 grades in the Idol Joint Stock Company: bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. Moondae expected that he would get a gold rank. To his surprise, he was given the platinum badge, which grouped him with the people who were most likely to debut. Hyun was really happy to see his friend receive a platinum badge and cheerfully congratulated him. Sejun number 2 was also surprised and congratulated him. Moondae did not like how Sejun was acting all close to him after he had decided to maintain his distance. Currently, there are only 4 platinum holders, which include him, Cha Eugene, Kim Rae-bin, and Ryu Jong-woo. Moondae hoped not to get hate online when he is compared to the other 3. He noticed that Sejun number 1, who previously had no badges, now was given a silver badge thanks to his performance. The program director then called everyone on stage to perform together, and as Moondae expected, people good at dancing were called in front, while the others were placed in the back. Sejun number 2 was not satisfied with this and said that he was a bit sad. Moondae said that he should be, as he is a good dancer. Hearing this, Sejin was happy with him and offered to massage his shoulder. A voice suddenly asked Moondae if he was not good at dancing. It was Cha Eugene. Moondae wondered why he was suddenly asking him that. Was he picking a fight with him? In front of the cameras? Eugene didn't look like he had bad intentions. Moondae looked at Cha Eugene's stats, realizing that he had very impressive stats, making him the center of attention this season. Moondae asked him if Eugene saw him dancing. When Eugene said no as he was preparing individually, Moondae asked him to judge it the next time he sees him dancing. The next day, Moondae was scrolling through social media to see the response to the new season of Idol Incorporated. Many people were against the program due to their previous scandals. The production team and the prominent judge Youngren already issued a public apology, asking for support and the audience to purchase stocks of their idols this season. Basically, this show lets the audience buy stocks for their favorite idols, promising them that their stocks will rise in the end. There were many articles published after the new performance video was aired on the weekly Music Bomb. A lot of netizens were rooting for good-looking idols like Seo Ahayan and Sejin #1. Moondae claims that it would still be difficult for him to be in the spotlight with his C+ grade visuals. Moondae clicked on an article that had a summary of the platinum grade holders. He was surprised to see his picture, and even more surprised to see some people comment positively about him. Moondae thinks this is weird that people would be willing to invest their time and money and buy stocks for idol trainees just because they find them likable. It is even more unfathomable to him as he is the subject of such love. Moondae opened his status window to distribute the points he received today. He was surprised to see that he could draw another attribute. He received a silver level attribute, which is called Now That I Think About It. You're right, this attribute evokes and sways the listener's emotions. It has a 35% chance of activation and is activated by default. Moondae is disappointed since he was hoping to get an appearance or talent-based attribute. He thinks that the new attribute will be advantageous to him in the future. He then adds a point to his visuals to increase it from grade C+ to B- next week. Contestants are gathered together at the filming site. Sejin #2 notices that Moondae looks a bit different. Moondae was serving looks as if there were sparkles around him. He tells Moondae that his face is glowing, maybe Moondae has become a tiny bit more handsome. When he noticed that the sparkles were not from Moondae but from Ahayan who was standing behind him, he said he might have been mistaken. While the three were bantering, the MC explained the premises of the next game. They were all supposed to draw a number, which would help them in choosing a K-pop agency of their choice. The host explains that each agency is famous for various songs and each agency has a slot for 14 people. If an agency is overflooded, the lower-ranked members can be pushed out to another team. Sejin #2 exclaims that this was very fierce. Moondae is thinking of cutting off Sejin quickly and thinks that Sejin is sharp and has good senses for a future drug addict. Sejin #2 asks Moondae what agency he will be choosing, one with a good vocal pool or one with a lot of hit songs. To which Moondae explains that he will be choosing based on the team members rather than basing it on the agency, since all of them have their own famous songs. RMC is as scheming as always, lol. It is soon Mundi's turn and he chooses agency Letty as it already has 2 gold members. The 2 members very cheerfully greet Moondae as they are happy to get a good vocalist on their team. They are Ha-il-jun and Kwon Hee-sung. Next, they welcome Lee Sejin #2 in their agency who is oozing our black gloomy aura. After Lee Sejin #1 a lot of normies joined their agency, but there were impressive members too like Seo Ahayan who once again followed Moondae lol, and Ryu Jong-woo, the archer, and the only other platinum in their agency. The next person to join their agency is the jolly middle schooler from last time. He seems to be holding some kind of grudge against RMC and makes a rotten face at him. He thinks he got a lower rank because of that jerk, Moondae. LOL, mad, 'cause bad. All the contestants in their team are then divided into 2 teams. Moondae is put in Team A, which consists of Moondae, Ha Il-jun, Kwon Hee-sung, Seo Ah-hyun, the rotten-faced kid Choi Won-gil, Lee Si-jin number 1, and Lee Si-jin number 2. After seeing Choi Won-gil, who still has that rotten look on his face, and Lee Si-jin 1, Moondae thinks that he has just received a free ticket to Expressway to Hell and that they are for sure to be evil edited when the program is aired. Seo Ah-hyun, who is beside him, expresses that he thinks that their team members are good. Moondae decided to think positively. Others seem to agree with Seo Ah-hyun as there was a main vocalist and a lot of good-looking people on the team. Hee-sung thanks him for calling him handsome, to which Si-jin too clears up that he wasn't talking about him. Moondae is still concerned because of the two silver-ranked members, the gloomy Si-jin and Choi Won-gil. Lee Si-jin too suggests that they take on a nickname, as they have two Lee Si-jins in the same team. To not confuse everyone, Il-jun suggests Si-jin 1 be called Bae Si-jin, which in Korean translates to actor Si-jin, and Si-jin number 2 be called Big Si-jin, since he is big. Big thinks that this suggestion is hilarious. Gloomy Si-jin is quick to shut this down, saying that he likes his name as it is, which then kills the atmosphere, lol. Park Moondae is then again reminded of the evil editing chances this team is giving to the program and is reminded of his Expressway to Hell free pass. The host then calls a participant from each team to press the roulette, which will randomly select a song for them. Ha Il-jun is called on stage to spin the roulette. People in his team hope to get the newly released song Tiger by the top-selling K-pop group VTIC. The group is devastated to get the news that instead of a fierce song like Tiger, they had received a female idol song. A female idol song with the concept of an innocent flower fairy. Ha Il-jun remarks that they will instead be seen as goblins performing this song. Park Moondae is still calm as always and decides to listen to the song. The song is called Into a New World by Squishy Sweet. After seeing Moondae's team's performance of the song, the composing mentor, after listening to the group, comments that they do not sound like flower fairies at all. I don't know what this lady is expecting from these 20-something-year-olds, lol. She suggests that they sing the song brightly, prettily, and full of emotions. Moondae agrees with her. The choreography mentor is also very dissatisfied with their team and demands to know who choreographed the dance. He tells them to focus more as they are going to be performing a female idol group song. The choreographer judge then picks on Seo Ah-hyun, asking how he has worse expressions than Moondae when he is a dance major. Seeing how Moondae is always so deadpan, this is even funnier. Moondae is internally angry at the judge, calling him a hair loss guy, saying how 80% of the choreography is done by Ah-hyun. The hair loss coach berates Ah-hyun some more, comparing him to Moondae. Ah-hyun is taken aback and feels very anxious. Back in their training room, Big Si-jin calls everyone together, suggesting that they start coming up with a concept based on the feedback. He explains that Moondae is the main vocalist and he is the main dancer of the group and what parts others want to be in charge of. Rotten Won-gil is dissatisfied with his part distribution and passively demands he gets Moondae's parts. Moondae thinks this is why people cannot be trusted in group projects, as they want to take the best part whether they can perform it or not. Moondae offers to switch with him. Big Si-jin tries to stop him from doing so, as he is the main vocalist. Moondae tells him it's better to switch immediately than do it later. Moondae switched his parts with Choi Won-gil and also took the bridge part from Choi Won-gil, as he wouldn't be able to do it anyway. Rotten Won-gil is still dissatisfied with this. The group then proceeds to talk about the overall concept of their performance. Big Si-jin suggests their concept be something that focuses on youth and freshness, which still oozes manliness. Moondae is surprised to hear that. He thinks that Big Si-jin might have intended to ignore putting a concept until the first feedback, so there would not be any resistance to his opinion. Moondae is not sure if Big Si-jin is just born with it or if he is a calculating schemer like him. Moondae voices his opinion that the concept might seem caricature. Rotten Won-gil is dissatisfied with Moondae as always and demands that he has any other suggestions. But of course, he does, he is the main character after all.